after this sad, heart-wrenching, and mournful day of Tisha B'Av, we can now take a sigh of relief as we enter in this week to Shabbat Nahamu, the Shabbat of comfort, where we'll read passages in the book of Yeshayahu as our Haftarah, where we'll see the words Nahamu, Nahamu Ami, which is the source that we get for Shabbat Nahamu, and we'll read Parashat V'Etchanan. The passages that we read in the book of Yeshayahu teach us of God's constant and strong love for Bnei Israel and give us a positive and hopeful outlook towards the future, something we're aching to hear after such a tragic day as Tisha B'Av. Very fitting for Shabbat Nahamu, the Shabbat of comfort. But in some ways, parts of the Parashat V'Etchanan that we'll read are actually the opposite of comforting. The parts of the Parashat that I'm talking about, just to give a quick context, because Moshe hit the rock instead of speaking to the rock, Hashem punishes Moshe and tells him you will no longer be able to enter the land of Israel. And we see in this parasha, Moshe begging and praying to God to please enter the land of Israel and to change his mind. And Hashem responds in this parasha to Moshe's request with Ravlach, enough. Al tosef daber alai od b'davar hazeh. Enough. Don't speak to me of this matter again. So this is the opposite of comforting. Moshe's whole goal was aimed towards the mission of leading Bnei Israel into the land of Israel, and now we see that no matter how hard Moshe asks, the answer is no. And not only no, but it's enough. Don't speak to me of this matter again. So yes, at first glance, this seems like the opposite of comforting. But if we dig a little deeper, God is perhaps teaching us a lesson in comfort. God perhaps understood that by allowing Moshe to keep talking about it and keep asking about it, it would be preventing Moshe from simply accepting the situation. Sometimes in life, our greatest source of comfort comes from simply accepting the situation. That is sometimes the greatest tool we have in allowing us to move on. Sometimes if we keep fighting and keep talking about it, we're subconsciously training our minds to believe that the way things are not good enough. So Hashem says, Ravla, al tosef daber alai od b'davar hazeh. Stop talking to me about this matter. Accept it. Another way that we can understand the word Ravlach, right? Reishvet, the shoresh of Rav is Reishvet, which comes from Rov, which means plenty. So we can also understand it as Hashem telling Moshe, Ravlach. You have plenty, Moshe, plenty to you. Don't let one mishap blind you to all the good that you have in your life. Ravlach, you have plenty, Moshe. Don't let one mishap blind you to all the great accomplishments that you've done thus far. And when we are going through something personal that is hard in our life, I want you to remember the words Ravlach. You have plenty. Don't let one mishap blind you to all the good that you have in your life. I hope that you have a very peaceful and comforting Shabbat on this Shabbat Nahamu, and have a very Shabbat Shalom.